Trollord Games. Join the fray.
How is everybody doing this morning? Good morning. A CNC cookbook. Hey, Kurt, how are you, buddy? Oh, I am freezing this morning. It is cold. You guys can't hear me? Let me guess. Is the sound reset or can you hear me? Willie says he can't hear me, but he's old. I think everybody's saying howdy. There we go. I'm doing all right. I'm on a struggle bus today. Good morning, Grendel. How you doing? I saw some people over on YouTube earlier. Good to see you guys coming in. Hey, Frank. Good morning. The owl has entered the room. What's up, Viking? Ooh, look at Crane. Crane is lurking. I don't have coffee, Heather, and you know it, but I am drinking some hot tea. So at least I got that going on this morning because I am freezing this morning. I got up at 4:30 and went to the gym, and I tell you what, it is so cold here right now. Oh, it's cold. Nice to see you, Ahmed. I noticed you joined the Discord. Welcome on in, buddy. Welcome to the community. Great to see you hanging out and asking questions. That's what we do. We talk and we chat and we hang out with folks and, enjoy games. Yeah, I know all about the North, Dirty. I don't want to live there. If I live too far north, and I live in Tennessee, so if that tells you anything, I'd rather be in like Fiji, Bora Bora. Yeah, this is some kind of herbal tea that she gets that's supposed to be healthy for my diabetes. I don't know. I just drink it. I do what I'm told. I'm a fully domesticated married man, and I do as I'm told. So that's the way it works. Bruin that is so kind. Really, to spend your days with me instead of your wife on Valentine's Day, I feel honored, sir. Really, I really do feel honored. Yeah, I know, Sparky. That's the truth. Man, I wished I could move to Florida. I'd go in a heartbeat. I would. Hey, thanks for the follow. The Arcania. Nice to see you this morning. Well, I mean, it's good during the summer and stuff. I just my bones won't handle it. I've got so much messed up stuff in my body now that I just can't stand any kind of cold. Can you tell us the story behind the new old logo? Are you talking about the logo that we have up there now, the one, the orange one? Is that what you're curious about? I mean, that was the very first one that we came up with. I don't know a whole lot about it other than I'm thinking Davis drew it. I think it was Davis. It might have. I can't remember. That was an old logo. I think it might have been before Peter Bradley actually. Uh, we've had about we've had about three or four different logos over the years, or three, I think, three or four, something like that. Old barrel tees. That sounds good. I'll give up pizza, but heaven help the person who beats between me and my life or juice. Bartrell loose leaf. I don't drink coffee either. Yeah, I love coffee, but unfortunately, I like it with a lot of cream and sugar, and that's not good for me. Do I know what offhand? I don't think anybody in the company knows, honestly. It was 1999. I'd say Steve could probably dig back and see, but the exact date would be kind of cool. But I don't know. It may be lost in the mist of time. When they were at Vino's eating pizza, and decided to do something. But it was funny because the main reason they started this was to make money so they could go to conventions and game. They didn't expect it to really be to last 25 years. He probably did, Tyler. Who knows with him? He's I don't know where he's at this morning. Him and Jeremy both said they might hop on, but I don't. Well, he's on now. He saw what I said. He may show up. If he shows up, then he'll be here and answer all your historical questions. That would be a good one. We'll see if he hops on. I don't know if he will or not. Um, let's see what we got going on here. Ahmad says I have a question. Fantasy fictional story is necessarily elite, crazy fictional scientist world, or even a simple world where like people don't believe in magic, but there is. I mean, it's a good thing that you asked about that because it's kind of funny. I mean, I've read books like that in mine that's had settings like that where there's magic, but people don't realize it no more. I'm reading. We were talking yesterday on the stream about Terry Brooks and his sort of genre series. I've been rereading those again, and they're sort of a double negative. They started off in a world filled with magic, and then of course man rose up, and time went by, and it became civilized, right? And then after that, it became post-apocalyptic, and then after that, magic returned. A much weaker type of magic in the world, but so I'm sure there's all kinds of settings like that. Oh, look, Jeremy's joined us. Good morning, Jeremy. How are
Morning.
you? Good to see you, buddy. This is Jeremy Farkas, one of our editors and writers, and what's the name Steve's been giving you? Production assistant. I like that title. That's kind of cool. The production assistant. Let me get your name up on the screen. I hope that answers your question. Jeremy may know some more about it. I'm really kind of, I haven't woke up this morning, even though I've been up for a long time, but I was trying to think. Ahmad, he's a new person to the community, was asking about a possible setting that was maybe it was a world of science fiction, but the reality of it was there was magic, but it was just hidden. I kind of thought about Shadow Dark for a second, but I don't think magic's really hidden in that. You know?
Um,
Oh, that's true, Sweeper. That's true. Any kind of high end technology would could be assumed to be magic, right? So
um,
there's that.
Mutant Crawl Classics.
Well, now this would be a setting where music there's magic, but no one knows there's magic, or at least it's hidden. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm not sure MCC would count. Oh well, I mean, I guess you could have magic. You said I heard DCC and you said MCC, so I got what you're saying.
the MCC, because it's technically technology. It's wetware and like
Yeah.
nano machines and stuff,
Right.
like
Right.
space satellites and supercomputers. But people think it's magic.
Right. Exactly. It's kind of like what was that? What was the
Yeah,
uh 2001? Space Odyssey, when they're out there
yeah,
running
yeah.
around the obelisk and they're like beating on it. They don't realize it's
Hmm,
something
hmm.
from space, right? Ahmed says, I
Right.
asked that question because I wrote a story about the world where people live just like normal, but they discover like in a haunted house full of mystical magical power. Interesting.
Mm.
Oh, look, sorry, not sorry about Saturday. It'll be worse
That's
this
whatever.
week because we're going to get into some combat, Heather, this week because I need to get you and Courtney up to speed on combat with me. So we'll be fighting this. You can guarantee there'll be a fight this Saturday. I got to sneeze. Where in the world did that come from? Oh, man. My soul hasn't recovered from Chuck's murdering of me. Whatever. I'm a friendly GM. Oh, I had a funny idea too about Saturday's game. So
Mm.
Jeremy plays in it, right? Jeremy's character is a
Players.
very little words, right? I think he should be
He's
the
a man of
caller.
action.
Yeah, I think you should be the caller for the group because you'd be like making it. You wouldn't even get a chance. Well, listen, we're going here.
It's kind of what it has devolved into.
Kind of a little bit. They're all terrified of the jungle, which is kind of funny. The
Well,
jungle's,
no,
the jungle's pretty
no. There's
passive.
the problem is they're not. The problem is they're not terrified enough.
Really?
They're like, let's go over here. I'm like, okay.
Well, that's fair. Everyone needs a good hoodie collection. I know I need a good hoodie. I want a TLG hoodie. I don't have any hoodies. I don't own a hoodie, but I'd like to get one.
I want like a sweet, like jean vest, TLG jean vest. I
That
just
would
want
be
to.
awesome.
It'll make me look. It'll make me look 20 years older, and I'll look like I have like a divorced dad with like 3 kids.
Yeah, but
Just the second I put it on,
yeah, but
my hairline will recede.
the good part is your persona wouldn't have to change.
No, I'd be exactly the same person.
Yeah, you'd be old. He's the young
Yeah.
old man around here, as we joke.
Yeah, I'm like 50.
Yeah, it's like 50.
You know what's?
Oh,
You know
what
what's
does that
funny?
make me? Shit.
No, no.
I'm
But what's
joking.
funny is that even when I was like 17, my friends would be like, "You're like an old man." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I've always been this way. I don't know why."
Well, it's better, I guess, than growing up as a kid and you're 80. I don't know though. I kind of picture myself being 90 and like doing pranks and shit, and just bring a pain in the ass to everybody, you know, because you can get away with it, right? You know.
Yeah. I
Let's
didn't know any
see.
better.
Heather said that she was a pain in your butt all Saturday morning. Her character was.
No, it was fun. I like that kind of stuff.
You were grumpy though. You had the early, like today. You're so cheerful today. You must have got some rest.
Well, no, I had to go out and run some errands, so now I'm awake.
Willie, I refuse. I do not agree with your statement that Chuck is a Pharisee K. He murders everyone. I don't. I don't. Listen, I'm a storyteller.
He's an equal opportunity killer.
No, I'm not though. I'm a storyteller. If a player runs his character through the story in a way that brings them harm, it's not my fault. I'm just telling a story that they're a part of. You know, I don't ever put anybody in a position to be hurt ever. Um. Let's see. Ahmed says, "Is it failed to inspire character designs? My characters are like inspired from actual characters from real life, but with more like science fiction touch that makes them look more different." Well, that's interesting. I always think having a good, robust character is fun, no matter which way you go with it. Ahmed, I think it's cool to get creative. Look, Heather said Jeremy was salty as fuck. Oh God, I swear. He's like Jim Ward. He doesn't kill players. That's exactly right, Sparky. I'm just telling a story. The dice. I will say this much, Savage. I do let the dice decide a lot of things. I think in the game we played, no, I think that was the Saturday night game I played. We played Saturday too here at the house, and those guys have gotten in the habit of doing like I do, and they'll roll percentiles to make decisions, which I think is fun.
You know what's funny is if you talk to Jim Ward, he's kind of miffed about the whole
Yeah,
killer GM thing. He's like, I don't kill people that much.
I know.
He's like annoyed by it.
No, but I will say, like his Tomb of Death that I downloaded a few years ago and ran it. I ran it in some con. Man, his shit's deadly.
The stuff he designs is brutal.
It is. It is.
But I think his table is like non-con tables are probably pretty reasonable.
See, Heather knows. I gave the tools to destroy ourselves. I wouldn't know about that, Heather. I clearly just allow you guys to expand upon yourselves and explore the world around you in a narrative. I forgot to shut my door, and my wife she's got the granddaughter over there, so they're in there watching TV or something. I don't know.
What are we talking about today?
Well, my original plan went out the window whenever I got tired and forgot about it. I was going to actually talk about some Include Age stuff today and go over some more of it, but we can talk about whatever you want to because I'm not doing well today. I'm having a pain day today, so I'm not doing good.
Okay.
Whatever. Do whatever if you want to. I will tell you this much. I thought we might talk about, if you were to hop on, we might talk about and give them a little update on the M&T and how that's going, since it is being redesigned pretty much, right?
Yeah, we can talk about it. We got to have another meeting on it today. I don't know when.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
We didn't.
He said 2, I think.
Did he say 2? Okay.
Yeah, I'll be around. I'm actually gonna. I have to do some stuff today where I was not off Monday. So after I get done with this, I've got 2 meetings with Endless Worlds, the organized play. Then I got to answer some emails and some other stuff, but I got to get out of here by 12. But I'll be back for that later on. Yeah. So not a big deal.
Oh, and I gotta fix. I got some. George sent me some comments about Drums in the Dark.
I got to finish.
He's
loving. I've read.
He's loving it.
Is he good?
Yeah.
That's good.
Which we can't talk about here because some of these guys will probably and gals will be at GaryCon and they might be in the tournament.
So Crane has a really good question. Are y'all generally pretty casual about character death in games, or does it carry a ton of weight in your story? Well, that's interesting. I mean, for me as a GM, I don't usually, because I don't really plan. I don't usually typically plan that, but it happens. Usually, it happens on surprise too. I love the fact that I've gotten to the point in my games where if someone gets a fatality or whatever, I don't see it coming myself. It's like a surprise to me, right? Like I roll up 99 or 100 on a critical hit, or they make a crazy choice, like jump in a black hole or whatever, But what I do try to do is whenever this happens, I am not opposed to trying to maneuver that death, or maneuver is not the right word, but include that death in the story plot as far as where they go from there, how they react, what happens because there's a lot of things that could happen. There could be loose ends tied up to the character in my game that I have designed around them, plot hooks that may actually have some effect on the death, right? They may actually be affected by it. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, I'll give you a good example. They're the guys on my here at the table. The one game we're playing, they are going through A5, I think, right now. They're going through the A series, and they're probably going to skip a couple of them because they're getting really close to the end. They've been like, it's weird. They didn't go in order. But anyway, the long story is they had a death a few weeks ago. We had two characters die in a fight in there, and the thief was 18th level, I think. But anyway, they died, and so what was cool about that was they just didn't like, well, he died, went over and rolled another character, and they went on. They actually role played out, what them that they wanted to go through their pockets, and of course the paladin in the group got pissed off at him, so he left, went upstairs, and was role playing attacking Ungren, and then he brought them back downstairs to fight the other guys to force them to stop digging through the bodies. It was rather interesting, and that would never have happened had been for the death, right? So that was kind of neat, I thought.
Yeah, like if it's like a super narratively close, character driven adventure, um, which is what a lot of modern people's games are, which isn't a bad thing. It's just
No,
an evolution of how people play the game. Death can be a really big deal, and kind of it can really fuck up uh, your story, which is why a lot of it just kind of makes it a problem, and that gets into a lot of gamist stuff that I don't really want to get into right now.
no, I hear you there.
But so you have to, if you're doing that kind of game, you almost have to like chart out. You almost have to like script the death, which is kind of not
Right,
great.
right.
But
I have done that. I've done that with people I knew who were leaving the group for good. I'll
Yeah,
get
you
with
can
them. So
do
you
that.
got three choices. You can just leave. You can die a glorious death, or we can do something cool. So I've done some cool things like that. Sure, you know.
Um, but if it's a game, um, because I talk a lot about like emergent storytelling kinds of games where like you don't exactly know where it's going. It's a lot of like wandering and kind of exploration, and there isn't a set path. Those are the games where spontaneous death works a lot better, and you can still sell those moments. You can still, especially if your characters are willing to put over or convey meaning and weight in the sudden spontaneous moments, they can still feel impactful and memorable.
Yeah,
Um, and not just like a random thing that happened. Um, but on the other hand, you have if you're at a convention and you're running the Tomb of Horrors and you got a stack of character sheets this high, sometimes buddy's got to go down. He went into the sphere of annihilation, and oh, he's dead. Sorry.
sorry, I'm taking sitting here. You can take questions if you want to. I'll just be right back here.
Everybody's just kind of talking about the same
Okay.
without risk. Yeah.
All right.
The
It's
Tomb of
interesting though
Doom.
how you can portray death like that, planned out, and that kind of thing. I will say for those folks that join us over on Facebook and YouTube, we don't have the ability yet, or I don't think we will have the ability, at least on Facebook, to run raffles. So you'd have to join us over here temporarily. Give us a follow and then exclamation point raffle over here if you want to join. There's the link. We're giving away some $10 codes this morning for PDFs off the store, so feel free to join if you want. Yeah, do we have any more questions? I thought we had some. Where was that at there? I thought I saw one. Where was it?
Spam Viking. It's a lot easier to run as a CK because I don't have to do an insane amount of prep work. I just have to have a vague idea of what areas are like, and then build some tables.
Absolutely, that's very true.
Rip some tables.
Although
if you're doing like dungeons or something, you need those planned out. But
I'm thinking about running a just a one-shot hex game. I swear, after we talked about it yesterday, there's a couple really good hex generators online. I thought about doing that, and that way I'm surprised too, and we just roll through the charts, right, and see what happens. That would be fun.
yeah, well, they get really fun in the long term, like 7, 8, 10, 20 sessions deep,
Yeah.
because the players start filling in the corners of the map, and they start carving out their own little areas. They start driving back,
Right.
different factions and affecting things on like a domain level.
Morning, Jay.
Plus, if you sprinkle in some of those some adventures or whatever to the different locations, you can get really wacky with it. Because I built a hex map that, like, right in the center is Keep on the Borderlands. It's just spiraling around it as a bunch of classic modules.
That's
sort
cool.
of so that, like, they can go about a day, and then they'll hit something in any direction, and then if they go another day, but it's out in some wilderness somewhere, so they don't have access to a map and they don't really know where anything is. And the main objective is just kind of to explore and chart this wilderness that they don't know a lot about.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'm in the mood to do one of those. I've not done one in years, and I'm in the mood to do one now. So I'm gonna plan it out and run one somewhere. I may do it online, or I may do it here at the house. But I'm gonna do it. Probably do it online because I don't really have time to do much more here at the house.
So-
Bruingal asked one question. He said older models at TSR used to have NPCs listed only as barkeep with hit points. You plan adventures with bare bones NPCs. I know Davis does. I don't.
He doesn't.
Well, he doesn't
he
plan. Right. He either
fully
writes him in his
lush-
adventure. Right. You're right.
He does.
This
He has them detailed, but they're exhaustively detailed.
Yeah, this is. I will be completely honest with you. After these books came out, I stopped worrying about NPCs. I'm serious. When we play, I keep them right here next to my table, and I need an NPC, I just pull the book out. It's all there. And these, which Davis wrote, they've got some fleshed out parts to them that are really amazing, aren't they, Jeremy? They really are. They are good.
I need to do another editing pass on those, though, when we do another.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because that was my first project.
Hey, Bean. Yeah, for sure.
And I didn't know what I was doing.
You should have seen me the first time I had to do editing. I was like, because I was trying to fix everything, everything. And man,
well, no, I've said it before, but some of my editor's comments are still in the printed version.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, that's true.
If you can find them, send me a photo.
Oh yeah, those Widowlands, Judges Go Widowlands maps. Those are great, Spam. I know what you're talking about.
Those are great. Those are great.
Great.
Here, you know what? Can I send you?
Yeah,
I'm gonna send you a picture of the hex map that I built.
Yeah, sure.
It's really cool.
That sounds good. While you're looking it up, Jeremy, Frank asks, "What's your take on Mega Dungeon design?"
Oh man, how much time do we have?
Yeah, I know. I don't really
This used to
give
be
it much
colored.
thought. I mean, typically, you know what? I don't think I would ever design another Mega Dungeon. I really probably wouldn't at my age. I just use what's out there or do a generator. That's me. I'm lazy about it though. But I could see. I don't know. There is some attraction to building those because you can get really creative with the back end of it. Why is the dungeon there? Who built it? What's so special about it? That kind of thing. Oh, those books here, Bruingal, those books are the NPC Almanac series. There's also a soft cover that's just names. It's just a book of names. And then these are basically, one is just the registers are a complete list of everything you could ever want. NPCs and classes NPCs, if that makes sense, right? So you've got like inheritance and stuff and, whatever. So if you want a bartender, you want a blacksmith, you want a fighter, they're all in here. It gives basic stats. I'll try to do a little close up there for you if you can see that. But it's pretty good. They go all the way across. They have a name, their class or there are little things about them like their primes and stuff, their alignment, stuff like that, bonuses. Then here in the sketches, it's sort of the same thing, not the same folks, because there's the front of it. You can see there's all the different stuff in there you can have, right? Now, these are all fleshed out. Like if I turn back here and I look up, I don't know. I'm gonna look up. What is it? These are caravans. There's a thing about caravans here. The Tinker's Dam, the Claven. It goes over the whole caravan. It has all the members in it, what they're carrying, what they're doing. I mean, there's some crazy stuff in here. They've got Arcane Thief, and they've got a bunch of them in here, different ones with their backgrounds and stuff fleshed out. So these books are unbelievable.
I'm gonna have to share my screen to get
Why's
this to
that?
work
You can't
because
just,
it's in a web-based browser. It's not an image.
you can't just take a screenshot with like snippet.
It's enormous. It
Okay.
would be too small. You couldn't see anything.
I mean, I don't know. You can try to share your screen. I think you did it before on here. So
Yeah, let's give it a try.
go ahead and see what happens.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I'll get to that question in just a minute. I saw your question there, Venom. I'll put that up on the thing. Go ahead, Jeremy. There you go. Jeremy's showing his screen there.
So I made this.
Now, what are you using there to run that, Jeremy? Is that Photoshop?
This is Hex. This is hexfriend.com. You can build
Okay.
your own hex map.
There you go. Someone was asking in there a while ago. I think it was Venom about that. Yeah, the one I use or I've been using here lately, just playing around with, is Hexroll. I think there's a bunch of them though. The one I liked about Hexroll was for me was because it generates monsters and everything. It generates the whole area, right? This one I hear Jeremy uses, I think he designs his own, right, Jeremy?
For what?
That's not an auto generator. You basically went in there and
No,
designed it.
I painted this by hand.
Right. Whereas Hexroll is more of a, okay, I want to do this, and then it creates a thing, and then you're kind of as surprised as the players are because it is, but it has all the cool stats and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me go back here and read some more questions real fast. Let's see. Question there's books. So, okay, actually that one we need some more. Lord, yeah, I know we need some random generators. We have quite a few in the Discord. Actually, there's some treasure ones and stuff in there. You have to go in the resources channel. There's a lot of stuff pinned in there. Now I don't know if it still works or not. People come and go, right? But I've used some of them, especially the treasure generators. All right, Heather. Have a lovely day. We'll see you. See you Saturday. Dan, if you want to, send me that link. Here. Don't send it to me. Send it to Chuck in Discord and I'll post
Thanks,
it.
Savage.
Here, hold on a minute. Let me get in here and do something so you can see me. Maybe. I don't know. Where's our stream at? There we go. Right here. Yeah, PM the link here, and then I'll throw it in here.
Me?
No, I was talking to Dan
Okay.
Kingsley. He's wanting to post a link, but I can't. We have it shut off because we get to where we're banning people down all the time and stuff, and so we just keep the filter shut off. It's safer that way. Okay, Discord, right on.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Oh yeah, hexfriend.net. Yeah. That's what I think. That's what Jeremy said he uses, right, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Right, I'll drop that right in here. There's that one,
Yeah,
and then if you look, the other one that I was talking about yesterday on stream is let me find it. There you go.
That one's pretty cool. You can save your maps both in the browser, but if you delete your cookies, then it's gone.
Right.
Or clear your cache, it's gone. And you can download it, but the problem is it downloads as a custom file type, so you have to go into the website to load it. You can't get it as a JPEG, as far as I remember.
I'll show you guys how this one works here. As soon as I go in here and figure out.
Oh, but there was a question about mega dungeons.
Yeah, how do you feel? How do you share the screen, Jeremy? I've never done it through this. Even though
if you the bottom, there's the one that looks like a TV. The icon.
You have to look
between the gear and the camera.
My setup's a little different. Oh, right on. I got you. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, we'll do this one here, I think.
I mean, the mega dungeon is the ultimate kind of test for level design, right? Like, it's in theory that if you're doing a mega dungeon, that is your game. That is the conceit of what you're going to be doing for the next, I don't know, 40 sessions. Of course, you can take a break, go somewhere else. You need a town nearby to mix it up, but
see all this stuff you can do here. You go ahead, Jeremy.
Oh, that's cool.
While you're talking, I'm showing them. It's not a big deal, but you can do dungeons, types of probability. How many wandering monsters? What's the highest hit dice? Let's make this thing high level. Settlements, 1 to 0 settlements. Let's do a couple of 4. Let's do some times. Yep, that looks good. Number of ends. Let's do a couple ends. Maybe 1 end. 2 ends. Number of dwellings. I don't know. Strongholds. That's kind of cool. A couple of those. Number of factions. So you can do some really neat stuff here with this if you want to get into it. Now, this is not designing your own. This is a generator. Then you hit generate.
Mm-hmm.
And then yada yada. There we go. There's the island land of. It's all named and everything else. And of course, when you click on an area, it brings up the random encounters you've got here: orcs, camel, lions. It's got regional weather, so it's a neat little app, for on the fly running games and stuff. If you don't want to design your own, sometimes I'll run one shots of CNC and I'll use this in the background to actually tell my story, just to help me, so I don't have to look through books. I can concentrate on story and moving the adventure forward. There's just so many different ways to run it. Yeah, it's so many ways to run a game. I'll tell you what, when I ran that game, and this, I think Kurt's in here. I don't know, Kurt, you weren't in that game. The game that I ran for Grace and them on the charity stream for Lorga Samba, all I did was I got up that morning, I went and downloaded me an isometric map. It just had a map, and then I just filled it in with my mind. You know what I mean? I just used what I know from the game and just used the map, and that was my descriptive, right? So sometimes you can do some really cool stuff like that. What's that?
Grace wasn't even in that game.
What's that?
The game you're talking, the game that you ran for Jay's.
Oh yeah, Grace wasn't actually in there. She was supposed to be. You're right, but yeah, she got to feeling bad, but she helped out anyway. She was around. She modded for us. Anyways, that's how that works. If you guys are interested in that, that's a Hex Roll app, and the other one he did was HexNet, which is kind of neat. I do like, if I had the time, I could totally get into design my own hex map. That would be fun because it's mine, right? Just like doing an adventure. So, anyways, let me share that junk. There we go. Let's see. Did we miss anything here? I don't think we did, though. Not much.
Ooh,
now, what were you saying about Mega Dungeons? Now, you were saying I was busy doing that.
I don't know. There's a lot that can be said. You typically want. I mean, it's kind of hard to distinguish what the cutoff is for, like, when does a dungeon become a mega dungeon? Is it like a certain number of levels or a certain number of rooms? Like, is a 100-room dungeon a mega dungeon, or is that not big enough?
Oh yeah, that's typically I wouldn't know where to stop at. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't.
But you typically want multiple levels that interconnect in weird and unexpected ways. You want to make it extremely difficult to map, which might sound hostile and antithetical to the player's interest, but that's kind of the point. The location itself is a character, and it's an enemy. It is messing with the party. It is against them. This is a hostile environment that does not want them to be there. Being there is stressful and scary. You want things like teleporters warping people to different levels, possibly wildly different locations. Things that just completely rotate which direction they're facing. So it screws up how their mapping works. You want elevators and chutes and secret passages and slides. And of course, you want multiple factions on each level. I like to have at least 2 different factions on a level, preferably 3. So you can have politicking on the levels. So you can get
that is fun to do. Like Under Mountain's a really good one for that. For example,
because you can't just have combat encounters and
that would get tedious.
Dealing things in the dungeon.
Yeah, can you imagine 20 levels and that's all it is? It's just treasure hunting.
You need at least the option for some social interaction.
Yeah.
Some sort of politicking or jockeying for power with the different factions within the dungeon, because they're going to be doing it with each other, and the dungeon should always be changing, at least to some degree, because if you go in and you wipe out all of the orcs in chamber 75, I think it's still refresh.
Yeah, just refresh it, Colonel.
If he can't see us, he can't hear that.
He may hear it. I don't know. That's a good point. But anyway, go ahead and finish your thought there.
If you go in and you wipe out all of the orcs in chamber 97, through 102, the
ideal is it may get repopulated, but it would be repopulated over months.
It would repopulate, and the ogres that live down the hall would be like, oh, we're going to take these rooms too, and then
that's right.
Their population would expand. And the other thing you can do, because ultimately what they're trying to do is they're trying to get to the bottom. You want to make it very difficult for them to stay in there. You want to make it very difficult for them to stay in there. So what they're doing is they're managing their resources as they try to get deeper and deeper and deeper in.
That's right.
So,
and it needs to be really for mega dungeons. There needs to be resource management. Honestly,
there needs to, and the best thing you can do is have the rooms be different when they come back, even subtly. Like they come into a chamber that they've been in 20 times,
Yeah.
and suddenly there's a chest in there now that wasn't there before that
Right.
will drive them up the wall. That's all you got to do. And it doesn't even need to be a trap or a mimic.
No.
It could be, but just having that there, they'll be like, oh my God, what has been here?
Right. What has happened since we've been gone?
What is going? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like all the bodies have been cleaned up. We killed
Yeah.
all these trolls. Now all the troll bodies are gone.
I tell you what would be fun is put a chest in the room. They come over. They finally, they're going to take forever to check it, right?
Yeah.
Finally get it open, and there's a ladder leading down through a hole.
And that chest was not there before.
Yeah, right. So it's like, what happened?
It's like an extra dimensional. Yeah.
Just it's stuff like that that throws them off because they assume, okay, so we've cleaned out this much of the dungeon. We'll go back, and that's like I was telling somebody not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
The last time I did Undermountain, I went online and downloaded a bunch of colored maps some guy had done, right? And after I had these maps laid out, and I think it was Fantasy Grounds. And I really got to appreciate the size because back when we played years ago in AD&D, we didn't have the 5-foot rules. We didn't do tactical. We didn't do tracking movement, right? So when you lay that out, yeah, oh my God, it was so big. And I thought, what am I going to do? I ended up taking like one level, and I cut it into 8 squares, right? Mm-hmm. So one level was 8 squares. And what I did was they would go in, and of course they would do a foray into can't pronounce my words this morning. Foray into the dungeon when they would get to the point where they ran out of resources or too much treasure or whatever, they're hurt, and they left. When they went back in, I always had the same room, but once they left that, I would just pick a different square. Man, they didn't never know what in the hell was going on. It was great for Undermountain, because it always shifted.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I'm not even sure they got very far down, maybe 2 or 3 levels.
No, probably. Yeah.
Because it's huge.
Well, yeah. And there was something else.
Yeah, you're right, Spam. That's true. You gotta have factions and stuff. Hey, Gab, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, confusing players is fun. Yeah. Well, I got a second real quick. I want to tell you guys one thing. We are running a raffle. So for you folks that are over on Facebook or YouTube, if you won the raffle, I'm sorry, but you will have to come over here and join us temporarily. Give us a follow, and you can do Exploits Point raffle to win. We can't do through the other ones, unfortunately, but you're more than welcome to. Secondly, for you folks that do not know, we got the rights back to Gygax fully for this whole year. A bunch of stuff's coming out. We're doing, there's an announcement right there of what's coming up for us. We're actually doing follows. We're going to be launching the Gygax Fantasy World Building Series here in about 2 weeks or so. And so if you want to go give us a follow so you know when to be notified, we'd really appreciate it. We're trying to bid up as many people as we can for it. But that's all the stuff we got planned so far this year for just the Gygax, not including our own. So that might be something thrilling for you guys to look at. Last thing I wanted to announce to you guys, we did sort of a soft thing this week, but we actually have our organized play now actually up and on the website. So go check it out when you get time. If you're interested, if you run games, you'd be crazy not to join up because because every time you run a game, you get you earn experience points, and then about every quarter or so, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go around and where everybody's at with the games they've ran, we're going to give them store credit. You can get stuff off the store. We're actually going to be building a custom store just for the GMs to get swag it and nobody else can get. And we're going to have a resource library too. So it's going to be a good program we're working on. So come by and check it out and let me know what you think about it. I would really like to hear from you here in the stream, in Discord, wherever. All right. Let's see. I'm the Bean's got a question here. Let's see. Arcane Thief, so glad you mentioned the class seems almost unplayable. How might you change to make it more viable? It seems really neat. What? I have 3 people playing them right now. I'm not sure if the class seems almost. How you mean it's unplayable, Bean? I'm not sure what you mean it's unplayable. Hey, happy Wednesday to you, Doug. Good to see you, buddy. See you soon, man. Rolling some bones, hopefully. Yeah. So I'll. Oh no, Lord, no! They're like one of my favorite classes on my table. Yeah, they're not hard to play at all. I mean, it's according to how the GM runs them, right? I have some house rules, of course, but I house rule everything. But they can be a lot of fun. I mean, I had a group one time, actually, an Arcane Thief in the group tried to stop an argument between 2 other members and ended up causing worse problems, and they all 3 got into it. That was funny. Good morning, Chris. How are you? Oh, well, see, that's the thing. That could be it. But if you play in a game, let me ask you this, Jeremy. Can you imagine running a game where someone's running an arcane thief or an archer or a fighter, and you never run across anyone who uses magic ever? That would be kind of strange in a fantasy game, wouldn't you think?
No,
You don't think so?
no.
No sorcery, no spells, nothing.
Well, I mean, they'd come across it, but it wouldn't be like I'm not going to alter the milieu of the world to accommodate them.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if that would be nuts. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine not having. I mean, granted, you might seem limited, but it's just like with any other wizard because some of those spells you get to keep in your grimoire, so you do build a spell book.
It's
know?
more apt to like a ranger.
In the jungles of Inclunade, sure, there's shamans, there's magic users down there, absolutely.
Well, it's because like a ranger is really like because that's like saying a ranger is really limited because what if we only are in the city?
Fair.
So you could be, but you probably won't.
That's a good point. Now, I will tell you, Bean, at my table, and this was something that I developed because me and Steve talked about it one night, and he actually does the same thing. I didn't know this. I will allow an arcane thief at my table to steal spell-like abilities from creatures or things if it's an actual spell-like ability, not magic, not a blue glow, but if they're basically using an ability that's fireball, sure. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let you borrow mimic their abilities as far as like say like a beholder. I'm not gonna let you have like you can just shoot out tons of rays and stuff. Nothing like that.
That'd be fucking cool though.
It would be cool. And
if you started sprout, okay, that's a concept for a character class.
Here we go.
A creature, a character that steals monster powers, and they start taking on their traits.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you eat the monster, put something from the monster, and you grow like you eat a beholder's eye stalks, and you grow eye stalks.
Yeah, yeah, that would be different. That's for sure. Hagar Harple says, "How can we, as creatures or creators, I think, more efficiently and predominantly use the noble opossum in our epic?" Oh, God. Hagar, the noble opossum is easy. You have a possum kingdom, right? Simple as that. You know. I mean, you can make you up. I'm going to have everybody roll up extra characters anyway. I think because I'm sure someone's going to die soon. I mean, you guys are kind of well because they're off the chain. They just and now you've picked up Heather's character, which is like a little gnome that runs around and chases shinies. It's not going to be looking good for the group. I'm sorry. I mean, you'll be okay because you're Tarnab, the barbarian. But I don't know what the rest of them. All right, brother, I'll check it. Okay, I had you and Pat make up back one. Yeah, you can always make up backup characters with me. I think it's very important to grow a monkey tail.
That's like a good way to tell someone off. Why don't you go grow a monkey tail?
I would see the look on your face. You'd be really confused.
Like, what? So the arcane thief, are they limited in the rules as written? Are they limited just to wizards and illusionists, or just wizards, or can they take from clerics too? Or
what's that? I'm sorry.
You gotta learn to listen, dude.
I can't. You know how I am. If I'm doing something, that's where my focus is. What did you say, sir? I'm so sorry.
The arcane thief can only take from wizards, or can they take from illusionists and clerics and druids?
It's arcane spells.
Oh, duh, it's in the name.
Yeah. So
okay.
So typically no divine. Runes. I think runes would be fun to play with. I have no problem with it because they're limited to how many they can have in their spell book, and they're limited to how many they can have up here. So there's limitations involved, right? It would be my fault if I let them have like 8 disintegration rays, right? That's my problem. But to allow them to, I mean, because really it's really not that big of a deal. I wouldn't let them have like energy drain or something like that, but you know what I mean?
Why not?
So, I don't know.
If they encounter a wizard that has energy drain.
Well, I mean, I've thought about playing around with like allowing them to steal higher level spells than they can cast, but they can't put them in their grimoire, right? so it's a one shot and you're done kind of thing. That way, it limits the.
They're limited enough as it is. Let them shine in the few opportunities that they have.
Well, I like to test stuff. That book wasn't tested very well. You know what I mean? So I'm always trying to test it.
No, if first level, if they encounter, no, here's how you do it. The Arcane Thief. If you're playing an Arcane Thief, your sole goal as a player is to seek out high-level magic users. That is all you're concerned with. Because even at first level, this is my interpretation, you can steal a 9th level spell.
Okay.
That is my interpretation. Because there are no spell levels for an Arcane Thief, correct?
I'm sorry, I was typing. What'd you say?
Come on, Chuck.
I'm sorry, I'm doing work too. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Are there spell levels for Arcane Thieves?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What do you mean as far as spell levels? What do you mean in what regard?
Do they have level caps for casting?
Yeah, it runs just like a wizard or an illusionist
okay.
kind of thing. I think. No, it doesn't. Hold on, I got it right here. Let's just look. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I've got too much going on. So let's just look, because that's a really good question, and I kind of want to know now that you've asked that. If I can find my adventurer's backpack. Golly, so many books. Hagar, you're killing me over there with your opossum story. Yeah, I don't think they're that limited, but we'll look and see real fast. I see they have. I'm pretty sure they have charts. Golly, I need to wake up. What is with me? Starting spells. You know what? They don't. That's right. They don't have it. They have what they do is as far as your.
So they can take any level of spell.
Let me read what it says here. Actually, chief can permanent spell. Third level spell takes. Okay. So the higher the level of the spell, the more room it takes in the spell book. If you want to keep it, right?
Okay.
So for stealing a spell, you can steal any arcane spell during its casting. The action is taken immediately after an arcane caster casts a spell. The arcane thief can take no other action during that round. Upon a successful check, the arcane thief steals a spell from the caster, and the caster loses the spell without it creating any effect. The arcane thief must either cast a spell or store it in their grimoire within 8 hours of stealing it. The arcane thief can steal any spell equal to or below their level, plus their intelligence bonus. So if they've got a +3 intelligence, at 7th level, they can steal 10th level spells. Or 9th level spells, it'll be 6th level. So yeah, that's interesting. What, you don't like that?
I think it'd be much more stupid, but fun.
Yeah.
If they could take any spell of any level, regardless of their level.
I mean, I'm always open to testing.
Because then now we got a character. Now we got a character.
Right.
Because then they would be like, I don't care if we don't find a wizard for the next 30 games. The second we find one, I'm taking that disintegrate.
Sorry that I don't have a PDF available, Laramie. Jeez.
What's the best way to flesh out a giant city of like 250,000 people?
That's a really good question that I don't know the answer to.
Find a real city of 250,000 people and just change the names. That's not a joke. That's what you do. Especially if it's like an ancient or medieval city.
Yeah.
You can combine two different cities, kind of blend it together. Another thing you can do if you're mapping such a city, you can. There are a lot of really good public domain
book of names right there.
Sorry. Maps, like city survey maps, that do road maps, and you can just trace those because it's legal to do so. Do block by block maps, and you can do collages of different cities to build your own city.
I had never thought about that before, but I don't really develop a lot of cities. I used to growing up, right? But I haven't done anything like that in a long time, urban-wise. Not really. I mean, maybe a village. Definitely nothing super urban, though, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Fun game, Chris says, would be a team of arcane thieves that go out and eliminate evil wizards and evil magic using creatures. Hey, Chris, you know what? You should think about that. You should get you a group of evil wizards when you're playing that tournament at GaryCon.
It just sounds like the Ghostbusters.
We're going to be giving away prizes. I haven't got them all finalized yet. I'm trying to talk Steven to give away some money. We'll see. I don't know, but we're definitely giving away
He's
trophies.
not going to do that.
You never know. He's pretty fired up about
Giving
Gary
away
Con.
money?
Why not?
If did TSR ever give away money?
No, but who cares? This is the Troll Lords. Yeah, it's Year of the Troll. Sorry, I get a little fired up. I'm probably not. He's right, but I could probably at least give store credit. So, right. There's that, and booth credit. Right. Give away your fast riches. Although
everybody can see on the final day,
everybody that plays in the game will get a coupon at the booth for 10% off immediately. That's going to happen.
Booth credit redeemable only on the final day of CarryCon.
That would be rough, but yeah. Hardback copy of the Castle Keeper's Guide or the Monster Trees. Oh yeah, we'll probably give away some books too. Where is that calendar? Hey man, what's up? What are you doing? Yeah, Mike, it's always Year of the Troll here, but it literally is Year of the Troll now that we've reached our anniversary, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. Why is there not a half troll race anywhere? Because I don't know. It's just, I mean, there probably is. When you get into Player's Guide of Air and some of these other books, there's some crazy shit out there. So, you know. And since Laramie's here and he has reminded me with a message, I'm going to put an announcement here. Our partners, Frog God Games, has released a new CNC adventure today for Valentine's. Right there it is.
How they put these out so fast?
Well, they're working on them all the time. Now, is that? Yeah, that's for CNC. Oh, that's an Indiegogo. I didn't realize that. I thought that was actually like done. So you got to back it. Interesting. The Meadow Queen. And Laramie there will be doing the conversion for the frogs for CNC on that. So
wow.
Yeah. So he's a good dude. Little Laramie is. He's gone now, right? He can't hear me complimenting. I hope not. Because there are trees. That's funny. You guys are on really funny this morning. I have literally built a campaign that I am publishing by using medieval Germany. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I never thought about actually picking just an actual real city and turning it into a game, into my game. That would be a clever way of doing it. Treasure of Trolls about playable troll classes. You should bring that up. Oh, Narg, that was Narg telling them. You should do that, or and hit Davis up. I'm sure he'll have some input. Epi, see the patch? Here, we're gonna have this for sale soon for your jacket. So, get you one. I am clever as nothing else. If you aren't pretty, you better be smart. Oh, Dan, you're funny. That's funny. Anyways, I'm struggling this morning. This tea's good though. It's very good, very good. Wow. All right, let's see where are we at. Any more questions? We've almost got a few more minutes, and I got to get off here because I got a lot of work to do today. I got to work on Gary Con. I got to work on Gen Con. I got to work on Endless Worlds. I got to go to the store. Work on the store. I got a lot of work to do.
And then we have that meeting.
We have a meeting later on about the M&T. I showed him a picture of the Green Dragon art. Oh man, that was so nice. Did you guys see that yesterday? The Green Dragon art.
Yeah, you showed it.
I don't know if they've seen it. If people on here see it though, I don't know. I'll throw it up real quick just for shits and giggles. Sort of. It's behind the patch. There we go. So that's the new Green Dragon art. We're getting new art for everything. I'm real excited about it. Steve's really
half troll race. I made a full troll. I made a full-blooded troll race.
He did. Jeremy's working on monstrous races for us for a book that will come out in 2028.
Yeah, so. Yeah, 44. You know what? I'll pull it up.
He's gonna pull it up.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna show you people. I'm gonna show you how an auteur makes a troll playable race.
Oh yeah, Colonel. The LGL stuff will not be out. It'll be summer, probably. We've got the Kickstarter coming up for Gygaxing Fantasy Worlds. We've got Gary Con rolling in on us. Then after that, we've got Amazing Adventures, I think, is coming out. And then we'll probably do the Kickstarter for the OGL stuff around, I want to say, June, maybe May. Maybe. We want to. Yeah, for sure. That's why we're working so hard on getting the M&T finished up. Go ahead, Jeremy. Didn't mean to swoop in on you there.
Oh, I was trying to find it. These are all super busted, though, so...
She likes to play all kinds of crazy races. Bean does.
Half of these we cut.
Yeah, your fingers are gonna be tired, Dan. That's for sure. It's going to be a crazy year. It's going to be fun, though. We'll have fun. I need to get you running some streams, running some games on Foundry for us during the week. You need to just quit your day job.
This is way too big. I gotta
No, you
make
can't.
it smaller.
How could Troller Games cut a troll
Sure.
race? Now, keep in mind that Troller Games did, and that would probably be this youth right here who's got some sort of angst against trolls. I don't know. I'm making that up.
Huh?
That would
What
be
are you-
cool. Will there be a hobo? I can't pronounce that, Hagar. Hobo possum or demi possum race, Jeremy? That's what he wants to know. He's about the possums this morning.
Probably not.
Probably not. Though we did try to get him to do a possum mount. He wouldn't do it, though. So,
Huh?
for his mount book.
Oh god, you can't even read this.
I can't read it? What?
It's just really there's a lot of text. I'll
Oh.
show it, I guess. Here's a
We got-
behind the scenes look at some unhinged
Hobgoblin, but
nonsense.
possum. Oh, he's showing it up here. I can't see it on my screen. I have to go over and look at the actual screen. Oh, excuse me.
Claw attack,
Oh, there's the
bite
troll.
attack.
I see. What you're saying.
You add your con modifier to your AC in
Looking
addition
for
to your
group.
dex.
That's right.
+2 on checks that rely on smell. This is the most busted one, is your regen. When you suffer damage, you can spend an action to regenerate lost hit points, leave lost
Really?
body parts. You must wait 3 rounds until after you first take damage, but afterward, you can use your action to regenerate 1d4 hit points. You can do this a number of times per day equal to your level. If you are reduced to as low as -10 hit points, you can roll a d4 each round to reknit yourself back together if you have enough dice
Venom's,
to get you above 0.
Venom's wanting you to put it on the Patreon. I mean, you could release a monstrous race each month just for the heck.
I put the orc on there.
Oh, you did put the orc on there. Yeah, that's right.
If you do not have enough d4s to get you positive, you die like normal. If you take fire or acid damage during combat, the regeneration ceases. And then there's a ton of penalties. Monstrous proportions, you're too big to fit in any armor. You have to have it custom made, and it costs 6 to 10 times more than normal.
Good God.
Monstrous reputation. +4 bonus on checks to intimidate, and a -4 penalty on all other charisma checks. Dark vision, twilight vision. -4 penalty on all dice rolls in the Peasants of Fire. And then this is the really big penalty. You take 3 times as much experience points to gain levels.
Oh wow, that's definitely a kick in the rump for sure.
Because
you gotta have something though. You gotta have something.
Get +2 strength, +3 con, -2 charisma, -3 intelligence.
Yeah, you should start
Size
feeding all
large.
those. You should put all those on Patreon. I love our Patreon. It's really getting some good stuff in it now. So lots of weird stuff that we probably won't publish. I mean, we might have actually published that. You were actually working on it, so who's to say? We just hit some
Eventually,
directions. You know what I mean? Well, listen, it's 10:30. Let me get these giveaways done, and then we'll go hop into work. Sounds good, don't it? Right?
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with us. If you want to come back and check us out again tomorrow or over the weekend, here is our Twitch schedule. All right, there we go. I do want to remind you guys, I know we've had a reminder going through, but just in case,
Look at that.
for those who might have just joined or whatever, right there is a thing about our latest Kickstarter we're getting ready to run for the Gygaxian Fantasy Worlds. And that's a list of all the stuff we got planned this year for Gary. There's a lot of stuff on the docket, so that's going to be fun, not including our own stuff. Yeah, so you got to throw all that in too, around the OGL stuff I was talking about earlier. Anyways, let me get over here and switch. And I'll shut this, get this going, these giveaways. A were possum. We talked about the were. We actually talked about removing all the were monsters at one point in the MT and just doing a stat block for were creatures, right?
Yeah, I think I just broke my chair.
Oh no. You can just go buy another. Not a big deal. All right, I'm going to run over here. I'm going to close these giveaways out. And
Oh yeah, I did.
Entries. There we go. And I'm going to pull our first. These are $10 gift codes from the store. We'll give away 3 of them today. They're for PDFs. So Let's pick a winner. First up is. Did it say? Because it said winner picked over here and it didn't say who it was. I love it when the internet starts messing up.
Old school RPG.
Did it say it? Wow, it didn't even say it over here. That's interesting. Let me refresh a second and just see what.
That's okay.
Did you figure it out? Oh,
Yeah.
there it is. It's working now. Old school. What are you doing? I'm here winning again. He wins all the time. And next one is going to be Epicam. Epi, you won a $10 code. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. And last but not least, of the $10 ones right here, let's see. Streambot never told me I entered. Oh, that's not true, Narg. If it helps any, I see you on here. The bot's been kind of weird today. Let's see. You want to pick again? And our last and final winner is going to be, who is it? Oh, Gmark 659. Congrats. You guys just come over to our Discord. Link's right there in the chat and hit up Obsidian Risk. He will get you taken care of on your codes. He is the keeper of the codes. If you missed that link, let me drop it in here real fast. There you go. I want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with me and Jeremy. We appreciate it. We almost went ahead and switched this over to a home improvement stream. You could watch him work on his chair, but unfortunately, we must go right for you folks.
I gotta go get an Allen wrench.
He's got to go get an Allen wrench. So there we go. It was a good stream today. I appreciate you guys for coming over and hanging out with us. Very cool.
Really look at my dirty closet.
Your what?
My closet's full of junk.
Oh my God. Jeremy, oh my, I don't know what to think about it. That's some craziness right there.
A foam sword.
Do what?
A foam sword.
Oh, a foam sword. That's useful. All right, well, listen, we're going to get out of here. I thank you guys. Appreciate you so much. Much love from the trolls. Huzzah! You guys have a great
We love you.
day.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Yeah.